Hey, what's up you guys, this is Palke Naruto, back again, and this is kind of a weird setup, sorry about this, can't really help it. This is the only place that I can do this deck tech, mainly due to decorating and such around the house, so couldn't really do it anywhere else. As you can see, not playing the exact same deck, still playing the same colors though. The blue-red tempo deck certainly phased out. Geist just isn't powerful enough. You don't have enough answers to what they're doing. Aloxon and Smire just basically beat that deck. So I've moved on to blue-white-red control. I think Todd Anderson showed the list. I'm going to hopefully get this done really quick. So let's just get started. So we start with all the draw spells. 3 Sphinx's Revelation is without a doubt the key to the deck. You just draw a bunch of cards, and some people argue you don't really need a deck like this. I disagree. You always want a Sphinx Revelation. Gains a lot of life, draws a bunch of cards, gets you so far ahead. Think Twice is obvious. Thyron 3. 3 Azurius Charm, 2 Thought Scours. I like Thought Scour because teamed with Azurius Charm, it's removal. And Think Twice is just a solid card. So that is my 11 draw spells. Here's the removal. 2 Supreme Verdicts. You want this for your deck, especially if you're running control. You wanna be like able to just reset the board and then have answers in your hand with counter spells. Usually you draw off Sphinx Revelation or like have removal, and this is the rest of the removal suite. 3 Pillars, because really Pillar isn't great, but it's what we got. I don't think Searing Spear is that great either. Is it Charm? I run the 1 because it's a really good card, but you don't, it makes you discard, and, it's not like you always want to see. It's like, hey, I got it, I might as well use it. Same with the Bonfire. We only have 1, but it's just a solid spell. The counter spells, I like Counter Flux, 2 of, they can't counter it, so it's really good in the mirror match. Dissipate, it does good with, things like Lingering Souls, flashback spells like that, and against Reanimators, of course, awesome. I like the 1 Essence Scatter. Some people think Essence Scatter just isn't that good anymore. I think it's really good. And of course the 1 Rewind, because you can just have those random blow up plays with Rewind into, of course, one of the creatures you'll see. Most of them in Flash. Now my creatures, 3 Snapcasters. You don't really want 4. I barely want the 3rd one. It's just, a matter of spacing. I had on Friday, which, by the way, I went 4-0 in Swiss, and then lost in top 8 to the mirror match due to I'm a horrible player. Made a big misplay I'm not even going to talk about. But this was a Niv Mizzet. I wanted a big creature, but I realized I don't really need it. Snapcaster has a lot to flashback in this deck, but a lot of the spells have flashback already or are too expensive, so it's not great, but it always goes well with those counter spells I showed before. Augur Bolas, however, is really good. Thought this guy would suck, thought this guy was kind of crappy, but man, when I played him on Friday, he was really good. Got to, of course, get multitude of great spells. There's nothing quite like turn 2 auguring into a Sphinx's Revelation, and your opponent just kind of knows that they're screwed. It's pretty cool. And this is the thing that you rewind into, Restoration Angel. This is my foil one, the foil, and then this is the foil promo. Trying to see if, yeah, I think, you can't really see how foil it is, but it is foil. This is the foil promo, and there's a Japanese one, a regular one. I like the variety. But this is the closest thing to a finisher alone, but here's the real helpful finisher, the 1 Rune Sharing Spike. Early on in the game, you Thought Scour them instead of you, because you don't want to mill your Pike. Plus, Thought Scour is just good removal for a lot of the spells, so not a lot of flashback spells that you really care about, except for Lingering Souls. Pike is just so good. You get so much in your graveyard with the Think Twice's, Azurius Charm cyclings, Is It Charm, Pillar, things get in your graveyard fast, and Pike is a huge finisher. It makes your Augur Bolas not a 1-3, makes it a 12-3 first strike, and you don't really want to draw it too much, because I ran a 4 of in the deck. I think the last time I showed you may have been a 3 of, and you just draw way too many, and some people argue, well, you draw it, and you always want it, but you don't want multiples. People say you do, but when you have 1, it's probably going to kill them or kill any creature they have already. If you want to run a second one, I wouldn't, take out 1 Snapcaster, an Augur, maybe even a Pillar of Flame, but I just think 1's perfectly fine. I did fine with it. The lands, obvious, 4 Hallowed Fountain, 4 Glacial Fortress, 4 Steam Vents, 4 Sulphur Falls, and 4 Clifftop Retreat. My lands for basics, I went 3 Island, 1 Plains. I don't really have a mountain. Some people say you do. I only have, between main and side, 6 spells that need red. 5 in the main, 1 in the side. So I don't think you need the mountain. You have enough red as it is. Now, of course, the Moorland Haunt. Moorland Haunt's so key. I'm thinking about maybe even taking out, like, an island and putting in the Moorland Haunt, but, you know, I mean, you know, it's not a huge deal, and you can usually draw it with all your draw spells. So yeah, this deck did really well. I went 4-0 in Swiss. I don't really want to talk. I'm not going to talk about the misplay, but we're going to actually go to the sideboard now. That's right, the sideboard. I'm showing you something new. 3 negates. Negate's huge. I was running 2 on Friday. I need to run 3. This card's so good. Dispel, I hate Dispel. I mean, like, when I was playing against the mirror match, that's the only time it's even kind of good. And even then, it's an iffy card, you know. It just doesn't do a lot, but, you know, you run one, just that surprise. They're like, Strings Revelation for a trillion, and you're like, Dispel, and they're like, Counterspell, and you're like, Negate, and then you get through, or sometimes they're under Counterspell. Here's the removal. 2 Detention Spheres. This can come in against decks that run, like, Oblivion Ring, Post Sideboard, and stuff like that also. 2 Unsummons. I like Unsummon versus, like, Lockdown Smiter, but certain decks you don't want to bring it in. It's not for every deck. Here's kind of like more aggro answers. I love the 2 Rocks Faithmender's. Faithmender's cool because you can team it with Sphinx's Revelation. Like, draw 4, gain 8 is huge. And plus, like, slap a pike on a Faithmender is pretty huge. I beat blue, a Bant, like, Invisible Stalker enchantment deck just by resolving, like, both of these guys and just gaining too much life they couldn't even come back. Like, I just erased his main enchantment, and then his Geist couldn't even get past it, so he was just on blocking duty for the rest of the game. The Museum Wars, I don't know about this. Like, if you have a suggestion, go ahead. I'd rather not run Museum Wars, but please don't say that 3 mana deals 2 damage to everything without flying. That's just a bad card, in my opinion. That's a bad card. I wouldn't run it. Is it Staticaster also sucks. Okay, fair warning. Is it Staticaster? Good card. Good card with Nightshade Peddler. It's not a 4 of in every deck that just because you happen to run red and blue. It's not that good. It's not, like, the best thing ever. Like, people are making it out to be. But if you have a better thing than Museum Wars, I just like it for the sweeper effect. Like, not against zombies, but, like, tokens and stuff like that. Yeah. Erase, of course, for the Oblivion Rings, enchantments and whatnot. Tormod's Crypt. For the new human reanimator list, I think that thing's kind of stupid, but it can blow you out, and I gotta tell you, game 1, I don't stand a chance against that deck, so I need these crypts, and I hopefully draw them. This is, of course, for the mirror match, the Cavern of Souls. I milled it with my own Thought Scour. This is before, like, in the final game, I milled it with the Thought Scour, along with the Niv Mizzet and drew a land, you know. That's why Thought Scour is one of those iffy cards, but I already had the Pike in hand, so you're supposed to Thought Scour yourself, but know the risk, you know. I lost my Cavern of Souls, couldn't cast anything for the rest of the game, or everything got canned for the rest of the game, so, you know, just take the risk. If you know, have a better suggestion for Museum Wars, I can't stress this enough, go ahead, just don't put his Staticaster in, it's not that good. So, this is my blue-white-red control list. I think it's very well positioned right now. I went, of course, as I said, like a trillion times now, 4-0. It's top 8ing quite a bit. If you want to run a big creature, they run Drog Skull Reaver in a lot of the lists. You know, more power to you. I don't think you need to, but I really think that people should be running this list. I think it's a really good deck. I think it's a really playable deck, and I think that you can win with it. But until next time, this is Palkia Naruto, and I'm signing out.